They're really giving everything they have into the business that they've created and into the community that they are nurturing. And their help and their patience and their enthusiasm was something which is rare and is one of the reasons I think that in the long term they're going to succeed very well here.
I want to thank particularly Maria and Ram, who were great initiatives of this program, and I guess I speak in the name of all participating startups here. Thank you.
I want to say hi to the other countries tuned in. We've marketed this event also in Finland very strongly and in Israel.
I'm going to tell you exactly why, the reasons why you're here and what we're going to get out of the day as well. Please put your hands together for the founder of Accelerator Frankfurt, Mr. Ram Shohan.
The business life, startup life, entrepreneur, it's all about people. Because it is a big day for Accelerator Frankfurt.
I think that it's a wonderful area to actually develop and adopt initial customers.
This feeling that failing is very, very bad. And if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to do something, you have to have the ability.
I think the unique thing that actually Frankfurt brings is this connection with Israel. We all know Israel is a startup hub, you know, like the second after Silicon Valley. And what we want to do here in Frankfurt is really create a vibrant ecosystem. And for that, I think it helps that we have this Israeli startups coming to Frankfurt, mixing with their own, with crazy ideas and crazy ways of doing things, with a more stable, down-to-earth, German way, systematic way of doing things.
Banks, VCs, business angels. I think you have the biggest responsibility of nurturing our startup ecosystem. You are the oxygen for the startups.
Maria and Ram, they have a huge background and experience in bringing up startups. So they come from communities in Israel and Finland, where startup is a very strong community and maybe much more active and dynamic than in Germany. And they have brought that spirit to Germany.
No, it's definitely been an outstanding experience, so I would definitely rate it as a 10, for sure.
It would be a 10. Honestly, first program we participated in, but it certainly over-delivered our expectations.
Yeah, this would be absolutely like 100, but if it's at 10, it's close, then I would say 10.
Maybe you've seen me from a distance, or you've heard about me. We even may have met up close. But how well do you really know me? So let me introduce myself properly. This is my high five, my low five, A5. This is me. This is me. This too. This is me centuries ago. This is me today. For me, tradition is the foundation for trying out new things. Big and small. It takes me 23 minutes to get to here, from here, to go here. I've shaped the history of commerce. And my history keeps shaping me. I love big numbers, except when it's the small ones that count. For some, I'm the journey. For others, the reward. If you asked people about my strengths, few would say beauty. You know what? I agree. But the thing about beauty is, it's in the eye of the beholder. I think it's time we finally get to know each other. I am the Frankfurt Rhine-Main region. Become a part of it.
So we are now live. Good afternoon, everybody. It's 5th of May, 12 p.m. CET in Frankfurt. We're on the final day of mentoring sessions for our 5 startups of Wave 4. Today, 2 of the startups will be pitching and presenting their cases to 3 of our valued mentors. After that, we're moving on to the next phase, which will be the acceleration. I ask all the mentors to please, if you can take notes and then send me your feedback on each startup, and we'll debrief with them. Our Twitch channel is growing quite well, already 118 followers in less than a week. That's quite amazing. I ask you, you're free to welcome, to invite other friends to the channel. It's just Accelerator Frankfurt, one word, on Twitch. So without further ado, I have 3 mentors. 2 of them are here in Germany. One of them is between Israel and the US. We will start with Dieter. Please give a short introduction, and then we'll take it to Jonathan and Thomas. Go ahead, Dieter. Dieter, you are on mute.
Apologize.
There you go. Go ahead.
Hi. Yeah, my name is Dieter. I'm a person that has gained a lot of IT experience in the IT industry and also telco industry, looking for businesses to be developed and created in the space of huge system solutions spanning countries and even larger regions like Europe. In combination with that experience, I have also then 15 years of startup background in B2B business behind me, which I'm now combining as a kind of a capability in order to support small startups, starting from the first idea and then having innovations ready to be commercialized and to be pushed into the market. So that's where I'm coming from, where I'm helping. Currently, I'm helping actively 4 teams concurrently into the market. It's spanning fintech, industry 4.0, and enterprise software. And what I'm focusing on is my support on businesses which write on software as a service, and then have, in the end of the day, the capability to be scaled into the market. So that's what I bring to the party, and wish you guys good luck with your presentation today.
Thank you, Dieter. And if you allow me to add, Dieter also invested in one of our companies.
Yeah.
I believe it was Wave 5. So
yes, it was Wave 5. Yes, indeed.
Excellent. You're happy with the investment so far?
So far, so good. Yeah, we are flying. Yeah.
Awesome. Great, Jonathan. Thank you very much for for coming here. Please go ahead. The floor is yours.
Sure. So I'm Jonathan Karras, originally from outside DC, based in Jerusalem, Israel now. I am a partner at Lions Chain Capital, which is a long-short crypto hedge fund. And I'm also head of business development at Starkware, which is a scalability and privacy company focused around smart contracts. I've been involved in the crypto space for about 4 years now. Prior to that, I had built a number of startups in Israel, including a video streaming company with 26 million subscribers. I focus my time really on looking at what it's going to take in order to bridge existing consumer products with blockchain technology, and where the holes are in terms of user experience and in terms of development lifecycle or developer lifecycle. So I'm excited to see what you guys are building and see how I can help.
Great, awesome. Thank you. Great having you, Jonathan. Thomas, last but not least.
Yes, good morning.
I like the picture behind you.
I've just changed the dolphins to the ones I had yesterday. Yes, I'm Thomas from Frankfurt, just downtown, looking at the River Main right now out of my window. And I used to be a consultant. My first life, I was working for Accenture for 20 years. Started at the time when the company was still called Arthur Andersen. 2003, I stepped out, was a partner for 6-7 years, and decided to enter the startup business. I did this by founding my own company, my own startups, by co-founding, investing as a business angel, running several startups as managing director, and now ending up as a mentor in the space of startups. So I've been with RAM from day zero on, and I've been in a accelerator in Berlin, and also had the opportunity to build an accelerator in Frankfurt, the PropTech accelerator. I have my own little portfolio of about a dozen investments. My major one is Ambiotex, where I'm currently a managing director and CFO, which keeps me busy 7 days a week, despite Corona. So we continue working with that. I'm 62, one child, one son, and 3 grandchildren. My hobbies is flying helicopters, and as you see in the background, diving with wild dolphins in the blue ocean outside Mozambique.
Great, Thomas. You still owe me a ride in that helicopter. Don't forget that.
Just yesterday, they said they opened up the airport again, so it's coming. I think it's coming soon.
Great. So, Daniel, the floor is yours. You have 3 qualified mentors here who are going to help you, maybe challenge you, and also possibly invest in you. So, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so hi everyone. So my name is Daniel, I'm the CEO of Amon. I will share the screen. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yes, we can see.
Yes,
okay, so I'll just go ahead first with the pitch, but you can, I mean, it can be interactive, so you can interrupt me when you want. I also have connected my phone to my laptop this time, so we can go through our wallet as well, which is live. So yeah, I will go through the pitch first. So we know that 90% of regular banking app users, they perceive cryptocurrencies as complicated to use. So what we did, we created a user-friendly wallet, which is powered by an AI system, which makes crypto easy to use for everyone. So what are the features of our wallet? So first of all, the users can use crypto, but also fiat within our wallet. So we don't believe that the crypto needs to stay on their own. We believe that just the integration of fiat and crypto can make really crypto adoption going further. So
what can you do with fiat with the wallet? I missed that.
So I will explain it in a second, but with the fiat, you can receive fiat. So you have IBANs. So if you want, I can just show it to you also in the wallet. So if you go into the wallets,
just very quick, because last time that you presented, Daniel, we had a question on the channel of what is fiat from one of our viewers. So maybe define that and then go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, the fiat is everything related to traditional currencies. So euro, pounds, USD, all this kind of all the traditional currencies in the crypto world is called fiat. Okay. So in our wallet at the moment we have euro. We're adding also pound. So if you want, you can go into our wallets. If you want to receive euro, we have a virtual IBAN. So we have a provider which provides us IBANs through APIs, and you can receive euro within the wallet. We have 8 cryptos as well. So we have different cryptos here and some stable coins. We have DAI and USDC as a stable coin. And what you can do with the fiat, you can exchange it. So if you want to exchange BTC to euro, you can do it with a 1-click. So it's a 1-click exchange. Later on, I will explain to you now. So we have received an approval to launch a card. So you can basically spend then with euro and pounds with the UnionPay card. But coming back to a little bit to the presentation, so we have a wallet with the crypto and fiat. We have a 1-click exchange that I just showed you. And then we have an investment product, which we call Earn. So the Earn product is a crypto investment product. It's a very simple product. The users just deposit the cryptocurrency, and they receive every week a percentage of interest, passive interest. So if we go to the wallet, we go to the Earn section. Here I already put some crypto before. So these are the rates. These are the yearly rates. So we have Bitcoins, Ether, and all the other cryptos. Here you
And
can
you earn in asset. You earn the same asset that
in
you
the
were.
same asset. Correct. So if we go in the history, so we can see that, for example, this Monday I received some interest in BTC and Ether because I have deposited Ether and BTC some weeks ago. So the interests are yearly, but we receive, so users receive every week the percentage of interest, proportional percentage of interest, so every Monday. Okay, this is for the Earn section. So now we come a little bit to the card. So we have been working for the past around about 12 months with our issuer to get approved this program. It's a program where we can launch a UnionPay card in 25 countries in Europe. It's quite hard to get approved these kind of programs because we are a crypto wallet. But we're very happy that we made it. We already received the BIN, which is the bank identification number, which is an official number to which you can launch the cards, basically. And then we have the AI part. The AI part, I will explain a little bit more in detail. It's a support that we want to provide to our users to make better investment decisions. So since we know that a lot of users, a lot of crypto users, the most of the crypto users, they use crypto as investment. We think that this is an additional service that we can provide to the users. So to provide a system which helps them into their investment decisions. But we will see a little bit more now. So if we go ahead, so we are basically the first wallet in Europe where you can actually live off of your own interest. So if you have a good amount of cryptos, you earn your interest and then you can spend them with the card, basically. So that's a quite nice achievement that we have. So if you have quite a lot of Bitcoins, you just deposit them into the wallet, you receive every week interest, and then you can convert into our exchange and you can spend it directly within our app and with our card.
Is there a way for a user to accidentally spend their principal through the card?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you wanna, you can just. So we have two wallets here, just for you to better understand. We have two wallets. This is the main wallets here. These are the main wallets. And then when you want to move your funds into the Earn section, you have to move in here. So this is a kind of a saving account, basically. So when you move into the saving accounts, you start receiving interest. If you want to just spend this part, these funds that you put into the Earn section, you can just move them out. There is no limitation. There is no waiting period. You know, you can just move in today and move out tomorrow, or even in few hours, basically. So once you have. Yes.
Is there platform risk in terms of, I mean, I'm assuming that the earning comes because the Bitcoin and Ethereum, et cetera, are being lent out. Are those over collateralized loans? Is there insurance on it? Can you just talk a little bit about the risk profile associated with that?
Yeah. We don't do this on our own. We rely on Celsius. You probably know Celsius, Celsius.network. So we have a partnership with them. So when the user enters into this section, into the Earn section, what happens is basically they sign a new terms and conditions where they allow us to lend out these funds, and we lend it. So through APIs, we lend it out to Celsius. So they have collaterals with their hedge funds. So they explained us a little bit. We have a contract with Celsius, but yeah, there is of course a risk, that one of the hedge funds might go bankruptcy. Never happened, but yeah, there is a part of risk in this.
Celsius also has an app and a card. Can you talk a little bit about what services that you're providing that Celsius doesn't provide?
So Celsius does not have a card and does not have a fiat currency. Does not have euro and pounds. We just had the call last time with one of their directors because they really want to push our product. We will have a call next week, marketing call, because they really want to help us, to push this. They don't want to. So from what they told us, at the moment they don't want to enter into fiat. When you enter into fiat, when you merge fiat and crypto, you need to go through a lot of more compliance. That's one of the things we have done over the past months. But yeah, so they don't have a card, they don't have a fiat. So users with their wallets, they cannot spend, the interest. So that's why they actually want to support us. Yeah.
I might have been thinking of MCO. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah, crypto.com, yeah.
Yeah. Is that, can you talk a little bit about the difference between what you're doing and what they're doing?
So yeah, crypto.com is focusing on a lot of things, frankly. So in Europe, they released some cards, but they are not completely in Europe yet. They focus mainly in the US. So they launched much before in the US, in Asia, because they are based there. So I would say that crypto.com is kind of the Revolut of the crypto. We have some differences from them. For example, we have an AI system which they don't have, but they actually do a lot of stuff. Okay, so they have an exchange, so they have a trading exchange, a proper trading exchange. They focus on what they call a product which is called Pay, which is for merchant. So they do really a lot of stuff. Okay, we are more specific on consumers, on end users. They also have some investment product, but when you go in their wallets, you actually it's quite a challenge to understand everything they do, because anything you can do in crypto, they do.
Daniel, so obviously we have Jonathan who knows this market very well. Thomas and Dieter are more strategic business guys. So let's cater for everybody. Perhaps finish the presentation, and then let's talk about the unique value proposition that you have. We can go through the business canvas and dig more into that. But in a nutshell, what I understood is that you offer sort of a bank account to hold my crypto, including my normal currency. There is sort of a savings account, which I can earn interest from, and I can spend that interest with a card. Is this?
Correct.
Okay, continue, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the part of the AI. This is a part that we are still developing, so it's not in our wallet. So what we want to create is a section of the wallet where users can actually receive information about their portfolio, but also related to the volatility of the market, to the trends. So our first layer we want to build is a simple statistical analysis. It's probably hard for everyone, even if you want to just compare 3 or 4 cryptos. So what we want to give the users within the wallet is an instrument where you can compare trends and volatility. So it's a plain statistical analysis section, so where users can receive a notification, or they can just go into the section and check what's, for example, the trends or the volatility of the different coins that they have. The second part is a risk analysis tool. So it's a tool which will give you a kind of a risk assessment of your portfolio. So based on the risk assessment, then the users can decide if they want to change different cryptos, if they want to have more stable coin in their wallet. So we can give them some indications on this. And then the third part will be a short-term forecast. By short-term forecast, we mean it's not predictable, to know what will happen in the next 2 or 3 days, but not even probably in 1 day. But what we can give is a short-term forecast, like between 2 to 4 to 5 hours, how the market might look like in crypto. And this will come probably handy for the users that they want to spend some of their euro pounds, but they want to convert some crypto, or when they want to do some exchange within our app. So this is a little bit of our achievement. So we have a live wallet. You can download it already on Android or iOS, and also we have a desktop version. Before going to the wallet, you will need to pass a KYC. We have around about 1,500 users 1,400 of them, they already used our investment product, which is the Earn product we talked about. And we have around about 400,000 euro asset under management in crypto of these users. We also have been awarded in Malta's Malta AI Blockchain Summit is one of the probably the most famous conferences in Europe as a top disruptive company in May 2019. This is a little bit the crypto market. So this slide is a little bit to let people understand that crypto is not really a niche market anymore. It's been evaluated as a 850 billion market. According to Cambridge reports, the number of users grew from 5 to 46 million in 2018. So if it keeps growing like this, there will be 800 million users in crypto. There's no wallet focusing on AI. So there's no wallet in Europe where you can actually spend your interest, but there's also no wallet which is focusing on the AI. Here is one of the company we talked about before, crypto.com, which they focus also on investment. They have a card, they focus on investment and many other things, while other competitors like Wirex, Spend, or Crypterium, they mainly have a wallet with a card. So they don't have an investment product, they don't have an AI attached. Our business model is similar to a bank. So we make money from withdrawals, from fees, from the interest, from the exchanges, from the card transaction. This is a little bit our milestones. So we started 2 years ago when we did an ICO. We raised $1.5 million in crypto. We launched our wallet. Then last year we joined another acceleration program, which is backed by MKB Bank. MKB Bank is one of the largest banks in Hungary. It's the 4th largest and it's an institutional bank. We finalized their acceleration program and we raised 225K between them and another business angel, which is now one of our advisors. We launched the exchange, the Earn product, and this year we are part of another acceleration apart from the Frankfurt, the Acceleration Frankfurt program. And this is an Italian VC which is also putting some funds, is committing already to put more funds in our project. This is a little bit what our short-term milestones. In Q1, we released a new KYC that's to be compliant with our card release. We also have a new provider for the Euro wallet, which is the one that we saw now also to be compliant with card regulations. We are creating a new legal framework for the card release. This was one of the requirements of UnionPay. We have received this approval, which is for us a big milestone. In general, in the market, is a big milestone. There are not many companies having an approval for a card attached to a crypto wallet. What we want to do now is speed up for the go-to-market. We have been assigned the BIN, which, as I said before, is a number which they assign you when you can actually then release cards. We are working more on the AI development, and we are also starting the card integration. And then in Q3, we plan to basically start a little bit of testing or having the launch of some statistical model of the portfolio management, which is basically the risk assessment part of the AI part. This is our team. So we are 3 founders. Myself, I have a financial background. I worked in insurance for around about 7 years with the financial products. Chris and Jules. So Chris is our CTO. Jules is a backend software engineer. They are both blockchain developers. Jules also won a stellar competition. So they are really tech and blockchain engineers, basically. We have Saba with us. Saba is a legal advisor. He is based in the UK and has around about 20 years experience as a lawyer, as IP lawyer. He's also one of our business angels. We have behind us MKB Bank. As I said before, they invest with the MKB FinTech Lab, which is the investment arm. And we have this Digital Magic, which is an acceleration VC company based in Italy. Yeah, so that's pretty much the pitch. Yeah, I'm open to questions. Yeah.
Would you allow me to jump in here then with the first question? So if you go back to the kind of go-to-market, that's the right one. Is your ambition then to focus entirely on going indirect into the market through partners, or is it what's the actual way, the fastest way for you to go into the market to feel customers are using it, picking it up?
So at the moment, so what we need is simply an extra amount of funding to launch the card. So we are ready in the market basically with our wallet. So what we need is, so we have received all the approvals. There are of course some processes, compliance processes we are still working on. We are integrating some tools for compliance reasons. But everything that, so all the compliance part we needed to be approved from third-party providers that we use, it's all approved. So at the moment, our main focus is just fundraising and then to launch the card and the AI.
When you launch, is then you go direct, or who is your prime target audience you work with? Is it you going directly to the consumer, or is it rather those people?
No,
So
we can go directly to consumers. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that clarification. And your USP, when I understand 2 slides before that slide, that graph, it is your USP seems to be the existence of a real card that is the element that allows spending of earnings on that currency, on cryptocurrency.
Yeah, correct. So there are still not so many wallets where you can find the crypto and fiat integrated. There are actually some wallets where you can earn interest, but you cannot have a card. So it's a quite a new market anyway. But yeah, we are definitely one of the first in Europe where you can earn interest and then you can spend them. So yeah. The other one, as I mentioned, the other mentor, it might be crypto.com, which is not yet everywhere in Europe because they're mainly focusing on other markets. But otherwise, the other competitors that we have in Europe, there is quite a big competitor which is called Wirex app. They have launched their card 2 years ago with Visa. They are, I would say, the pioneers. You know, they were the first card after the aftermath of Visa. I don't know if you guys ever followed, but in 2018, Visa basically banned one of the issuer that was releasing crypto cards for most of the companies in the market, which was called Wave7, which they were based in Gibraltar. And when they shut down the Wave7, basically then there was a period where they didn't approve any program for a long time. And then after this period, there was Wirex, the first card in Europe. They have, of course, first mover advantage. They have a lot of users. But in their wallet, you cannot earn interest, for example. You don't have an AI part. So it's just a simple card. You can use cryptos, but you can also use some fiat. They also have some fiats and they have an exchange. But they don't have this part, correct?
I have a question about your, you mentioned that you did an ICO for your initial raise of 1.5 million. Is there some type of a commitment to your initial investors there? Is there a token that's still active? I'm assuming it's an Ethereum token. Is it a buyback and burn model? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it's an ERC20 token. We are listed on a few exchanges.
What's the ticker?
Sorry?
What's the ticker?
AMN, Amon, AMN. You can find it on Bancor, for example. Yeah, so for our ICO investors, so what we plan is to provide them higher cashback and better features on the card. We are also developing another way of cashing back, which is on the exchange. So when you will exchange within our wallet, you will receive some cashback in Amon token. But yeah, for our ICO investors, what we're planning and what we also promised them during the ICO was to have better conditions in the card part. So that's what we will do when we will launch the card. So we will have a card or some conditions which are just specifically for ICO investors.
Is there any sense of governance associated with the token?
Not sure what it means, sense of governance.
Meaning decision making on future adaptations or upgrades to the platform, determined through some type of, weighted democratic system based on people who own tokens of, from your ICO.
What we're planning is something different, if you mean on this side. So the token will grant better conditions to the user. So that's what is the main goal of the token. So if you have our token, you will receive better cash back. You probably have access to a level up of the card. At the moment, we will launch one card, but in the future, we want to have different layers of cards. So you probably have access to better higher limits and better conditions on the card. But what we want to do also is focusing a little bit on an ethical part, which maybe is something of what kind of you're talking about. What we want to give is the possibility for our users also to donate part of this cashback. So we will add a functionality where if you receive, let's say, 1.5% of cashback on your spending, and you want to donate 0.2% to somebody or to some of the associations we will deal with, you can do that. We have seen already some associations that accept crypto. So that's one of the things we want to do on an ethical part. But otherwise, the token will have basically a functionality to foster the adoption of our card, basically.
Cool.
You still, Daniel, have quite an active Telegram group, right? Where you are actually talking to your ICO participants and.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's listening. We have around about 3,000 people in our Telegram group. I would say we really have now really the core people. It passed some time, since we did the ICO. Like many other companies, we had problems when it's about crypto. You always have more compliance problem, and in general you have more problems. So they have a lot of patience, and we have quite a lot of them still, that they really believe in the project. We're very happy about this. Of course, some people left, but yeah, that's probably normal. We have a quite good community in Telegram. Yeah, if you want to join the group, you will see it.
Can you also explore a bit on what needs to happen, let me say, in the next 3 to 6 months in order to see progress, and what is going to be the major element for you to, let me say, to see ROIs, to see positive cash flow coming back?
So
not sure how you measure, success. So I leave it up to you how you describe that.
Yeah, so in this moment, I would say that the success for us would be to start customer acquisition, not too much on profitability level, but more on seeing the users signing up on our wallet and starting using our products. If not all of them, some of them. So for us, in the next 3 to 6 months, what we want to do is, after the fundraising, is to launch the card and make our users happy with our card. So not only the card, but also the other products. The other product is something that they are already using, but the card will be complementary to the other products, basically. So for us, already increase. So in the past 2 years, apart from the ICO, we never did active marketing. So we did some posts, but we never really went after the users, simply because we were still developing the product. But now that we have everything in place, it's basically for us time that we just go to market and market the product. We see our competitors; they have a lot of clients already. Crypto.com, we mentioned before, they had a few months ago, I think it was 1 million downloads of their app already. So there is still a market, there's still a quite big needs of this product in the market, and we just want to go for it.
Can you Tell a bit more about Carl. Did you have anything? So Carl, he just joined us 20 minutes a bit late. He had another meeting. He apologized to me already in advance. But Carl, please.
Yes, hello, Daniel. Thanks for your introduction, and sorry for being a little bit late to your session. I have one question. Maybe I didn't really get it right, or I didn't really understand it. But especially on that screen, what I see is that you can spend the interest which you earned based on your card. But what's with the original deposit of cryptocurrencies? Can't I spend those too, or what's the reason that you only can spend the interest?
No, so the funds that you put in the wallet are always free to be spent. Of course, if you remove them, then you will earn less interest. Okay.
Okay.
But with the fund that you have in your wallet, you can always exchange them.
Okay.
We don't have any lockup period. So it's not that you have to lock your coins to receive the interest. So you just deposit in this kind of saving accounts, which we call Amon Earn. You earn your interest. You can either move out then the interest, or you can move out everything else. So your interest and your principal, basically, not the funds that you're earning interest from. And then you can convert them and spend with euro or pounds in the card, with the card. So you can still spend them. You can still spend them. So here is more to give the idea that there are some people which have quite a lot of coins, and just with interest they could leave out over their interest and always leave the crypto there, and then you just spend your interest.
I have a question right in that direction. I'm pretty far away from this coin thing, although I have some, but I also thought you can only spend the interest. Now you clarified that. But how many coins do I really need to create a significant interest? How many people are out there that have 10,000, 50,000 or 100,000 euros worth of cryptocurrencies in their wallets that really see an advantage of having a card? And can I just take this card into a coffee shop and buy a coffee? And from which of the coins is it then be taken, or is it just first come, first serve? I'm kind of lost in how this process works. And another second question is regarding AI. My understanding is in order to have an AI system, it needs to be a learning system, and it needs a vast amount of data in order to start serious learning. So when do you think is the point in time, how many users do you need in order to start with a serious AI system?
So, okay, so regarding the first part, so it really depends on where you live and how you live, basically, if you want to try to live off of your interest. It depends on the coins also you have. Of course, there are people that have quite a lot of funds, but yeah, not necessarily you need to live off your interest. You can also have just interest and just accumulate them. So what we want to leave here is a concept, that you can, if you have enough crypto, you could potentially live off of your interest. But of course, if you live in New York, probably you need a lot of funds. Bitcoins at the moment is probably around about 6% yearly interest. So I don't know in New York how much you pay, for rents and everything else. Probably if you live on a small town in Spain, you need much less funds. So it really depends, on how much it's your daily life, spendings. So coming back a little bit to the process, I just try to clarify it. When a user have a crypto, they basically can deposit the crypto into our wallet. Once you have the crypto deposit into our wallet, you move it to the saving account. The saving account is called Amon Earn. From the Amon Earn, you earn interest. Then this interest, you can decide to leave it there or to convert it to euro, for example. And that is from where you can basically pay. But if you don't want to even use this product, with our wallet, you can just transfer euro into our wallet. We have a virtual IBAN. So you go to your bank account, you make a transfer with to our IBAN, and you receive the euro within our wallet. And with euro, you can go and spend with our card.
What's then the difference to Revolut? I have a Revolut, I have my euros, I have my South African when I'm there. So what's
yeah, but yeah, Revolut is not a crypto company. You can buy and sell crypto within their system, but you cannot, for example, send a crypto from another wallet to Revolut wallet. So it's so.
Sure. If I want to spend it, I need euros.
Sorry.
But when I want to spend it with a card, I need euros. So whether I have cryptos or not, I have to create euros at the end, right?
Yeah, that's why this is a product more for crypto users rather than regular users.
Yeah, that brings me to the other question regarding your business case. I mean, how many potential users are there? Is crypto, I mean, everybody talks about crypto, but actually are there millions and trillions of people who are using crypto already? Or is that a nice, you know, geek group that is doing that right now? And when do we expect, don't tell me the number of billions, but tell me the number of users.
Yeah, it's here, the number of users. I said before, is you can probably take a look at this Cambridge report, which goes up to 2018. Yeah, that's the number of crypto users that grew from 2016 to 2018. So, and if it keeps going,
how many of those are you targeting?
So potentially for us, the target is you can target all of them because all of them have crypto. So all of them. So we have done, for example, a questionnaire with our users, and 95% of them, they say that they use crypto as investment. So that's why we think that the earn product is a very important product for a crypto user, because a lot of them, they just have crypto and they just wait. They wait for months, you know, because they want to crypto to, they think at least that crypto will go up. So potentially all of them, you know, they could use our wallet because they can earn interest from cryptos that they already purchased, instead of having them in an exchange where you don't earn any passive interest, or you're having in your ledger, which of course gives you a different benefit, because in your ledger you are the only one having access to these funds, but you don't earn any interest. So so potentially all of these users.
Daniel, just, I mean, stay on the carpet, as we say in German. What's your acquisition cost of a user? If you want to have 800 million users, you're saying you're targeting all of them. If it's only 10 euros per user, it's 8 billion that you need in funds. Who's going to invest 8 billion in your company?
So yeah, I mean, this is a market. This is an overview of the market. You know, it's not saying that we're going after all of them. Okay, so there is a percentage of this that where you can access, and there is a part of these users that will access some of the competitors. So this is an overview of the market. Okay, so this is a question that could be argued by anybody. Okay, so this is
Daniel, I think maybe this is also the right time to explain how much are you raising, and if you don't say in particular, but really, what are you going to do with those funds, and how are you going to get users to your platform? So what's your go-to-market plan?
So yeah, regarding the fundraising part, we are talking with our Italian company, which is also Italian VC, which is investing in us. So before saying some numbers, I will have a calls. We will have some calls this week to discuss the company evaluation and the fundraising figures. And this one we can disclose it in probably next week, I would say. But yeah, the other part is so what we are going to do with the funds. So as I said, so we have everything. We have all the green lights to go to the market and go after the users. Our main channels will be social medias. There are Twitter, Reddit, where there's a lot of crypto users. We have seen that. So during the ICO, we have done a lot of marketing where we spent around about 150,000 euro in advertising. So we know the channels where crypto users are, and we also know cost per acquisition. Of course, they might have changed since a couple of years, but we see also a lot of our competitors, which they do a lot of advertising on Facebook, Instagram. They very likely have a lot of users also from these channels. Of course, when you go for marketing, you have to test different channels, and then you will see which is the channel that will convert better, and then you will focus on this one. There is companies like CoinMarketCap, for example, where people, all the crypto users go and check the prices. We have really talked to them There's a possibility to do some banners on their website. Yeah, we could use AdSense, so without even talking to them. But there are some marketing things that we could do with the CoinMarketCap or with CoinGecko, which are the top two websites where people go and check the crypto prices. But our main channels, I would say that will be probably the socials, which cost per acquisition is generally lower, and also attend events. We already attended, for example, in May 2019, where we were awarded in Malta, and also we attended in November with a stand. I think that crypto events or blockchain events are one of the best way to get your name out of the box, so that people will start to know you more. And there's also kind of a trust, that you need to start to build with the community. So events for us will also be an important part. There are events like Money 2020 or the Paris Blockchain Conference, which is quite big in Europe. Malta is one of the biggest as well. We want to go there again. If I'm not wrong, this time they will do it in Philippines, but next November there will be a conference. So yeah, there will be some offline and online parts. Yeah.
Daniel, earlier you said that you got this reward in Malta for disrupting. Coming back to a USP, what exactly are you disrupting? I mean, an app is not new, a card is not new, crypto is not new, saving is not new. What is the disruptional part of your business model?
Well, the disruptive part for us, for sure, is the AI part. So it's a part where there's no wallet which has integrated a system like this, or a system at least that can help users, to in a simple way, to analyze their portfolio and try to take better decisions on their portfolio investment. Definitely, it's disruptive to have a card like this where you can spend your interest, so you can earn and then you can spend it. Already a card like this is disruptive. I know that might be hard to believe, but to receive this approval, anybody that would enter now in the market, it would take 2 years to get an approval from the card schemes. So it's a new market, and every company that now has a card like this or has a wallet where you can earn interest and then spend it, it is a disruptive idea, or at least a disruptive wallet already. Yeah.
Is the wallet a custodial wallet? And if so, can you talk a little bit about the custody?
Excellent question.
Yeah, we have a BitGo. So our wallet is built in this way. Try to explain an easy way. We have hot wallet and cold wallets. In the hot wallets, it's where we partner with the BitGo. So BitGo, for anybody that doesn't know it, is a custodian provider. Is regulated by the SEC in the US, and it's one of the biggest. They also have funds insured for $400 million. So when a user transfers the funds within our wallet, they hit the BitGo wallet, which we call hot wallets. Then there are microservices which they transfer the funds automatically to the cold wallets. So what we call cold wallets. Cold wallets are offline wallets, which are multi-currency wallet, multi-signature wallets, where us funders have signatures. So we keep 90%, around about 90%, or sometimes more, of the funds in the cold wallets. We leave in the hot wallets just the amounts of funds needed for the daily transactions. So the vulnerability might be always on the hot wallets, which generally are also insured by BitGo. But yeah, if happen an hack, what the hackers could take is the hot wallet. So if they hack the servers, the hot wallet will be vulnerable, but we would only lose a very small percentage of the funds of the users. This happened already also to Binance, which is probably the biggest exchange, or at least the most known exchange in crypto. And they lost, I don't know how many Bitcoins, but quite a lot. But they lost funds only from the hot wallet, which were the daily transaction. Of course, to allow daily transaction for them, they had a big amount. We actually don't have a big amount, so at the moment there is not much in the hot wallet. But that's the most vulnerable part, and that's why we have BitGo, which is a quite yeah, I would say probably one of the best companies as custodian in the market.
We are almost coming to the end of the session. We have a couple of minutes. Just for my perspective, gaining interest, the interest now on the crypto side is quite attractive compared to what you get in traditional finance. We're talking between 6 to 12% annually. So that's a big plus if you are holding 5 Bitcoins and stuff like that. Moving it into a wallet such as Amon, which is working together with BitGo, one of the top custodian providers out there, is a big plus. And then finally, what I wanted to say is when I do want to take my money out and spend it, this can be quite a hassle if I don't have such a wallet. I'll be probably on an exchange, and then on the exchange I need to convert it to US dollars or euros, and then I need to make a bank transfer, make sure they transfer it to my bank account, and only after all the fees and all the time I can finally get hold of normal currency, fiat currency. So this is I think the main barrier that Amon and other competitors like Amon are trying to solve at the end of the day. The decentralized finance market is booming. In just less than 12 months, it went from 0 to over 1 billion in decentralized lending, borrowing. So definitely we're seeing a trend, and this forecast that you're showing here, Daniel, of 800 million users is very realistic for sure. So I just wanted to give a bit of a sum up from me, which I'm not a heavy crypto user, but I see the benefits of having such a wallet. Are there any other pressing questions before we go to commercial break?
It's not a question, just more of a comment to the value offering. You know, I think that this is a really great product, and I personally know a lot of people that would be interested in this. You know, off the top of my head, I could probably think of 50 people, and the real value here is that if over the next 18 months we have a significant increase in the market cap of cryptocurrency as a whole, it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of people that are looking for solutions exactly like this to be able to actualize their gains in an easy fashion. And being able to have a wallet that's connected to a credit card and know that I'm just spending interest, I mean, it's really it's an ideal solution. So I commend you on that.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. I asked the mentors to stay on this call at the moment. We'll have the next startup in 5 minutes, and I appreciate your time, Daniel.
Thanks, yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks. Also for the criticism, it's always appreciated. Thank you.
Sure. And send me your comments, your emails. We don't disclose who said what when we debrief with the startup, so be upfront. Your feedback's very, very much appreciated. So we're going now to commercial break. Please stay on the line. Daniel, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founder of Amon. I'm Italian, and Amon is a cryptocurrency wallet. We help users to use cryptocurrencies in an easy way. Our wallet is powered by an AI system. Fun fact about me, I dance bachata, not super well, so I think that's the funny part. I became an entrepreneur because I think when you're an entrepreneur, you start to think out of the box. You start to execute things that you have to do on your own, so you don't execute things for somebody else. So it really helps you to grow, to open up your mind and wake up in the morning and do something new and better. So why I created Amon is because I really believe that we can help the crypto adoption. We can foster the adoption of crypto by integrating them with the traditional currencies. So we really saw an opportunity in 2017, which is still there. So we were really happy to focus on this project. My expectation, so I already was part of 2 acceleration program. So I think in acceleration programs you always find good startups, good entrepreneurs where you can learn from. Of course also mentors which can help you in different parts of the business that you are in. And of course as we are also fundraising, we hope that we can also find some angels investors or some other investor which can help us into delivering our product. So thank you very much. We see us in the online session.